Well, welcome to this week's Dividend Cafe. We are filming this week from New York City. I've had a plethora of client meetings over the last day and a half, and then Friday have a couple more, and we'll actually be filming on Wall Street Week, big show on Fox Business, which will air Friday night, Saturday, throughout the weekend. So kind of a busy week out here, but it's warmed up. It was about 15 degrees when I got here, and it is into the 50s now, not even really cold, certainly not by New York standards. I want to keep it short this week because the Dividend Cafe that we've posted to the website is a very special edition this week, and we really want everyone to check that out as they get time. But it's our annual kind of white paper with our year ahead outlook. So it's a 2017 perspective. It's filled with charts and various things. I think it's very readable. A lot of research and depth has gone into it, but I think it's very readable and understandable, and it provides a lot of our outlook for what we see for the year ahead. For those of you that maybe you're not going to take the time to download it, it's available as a printable PDF, or maybe you just have better things to do than read it. By way of just sort of a video synopsis, we are providing our perspective on equity markets right now. We've been talking about this week over week, but my view is very much that there are pockets, there are selective areas that we want to be invested in as equity stock investors. We like the energy sector, and going into a Trump administration, believe that there is some value to be found there with dividends, with dividend growth, and with price appreciation potential. We think that as more of his agenda gets executed upon, from tax reform to an infrastructure bill to deregulation, we think a lot of the industrials could be opportunistic. He, at his press conference this week, first press conference he's done in a long time, since well before the election, kind of took some swipes at the pharmaceuticals industry, and it's something I wrote about a lot last year, that both candidate Hillary Clinton and candidate Donald Trump seem to have a very similar view in terms of the pharma industry pricing, things of that nature. And you notice after the election that biotech and big pharma did not participate in that stock market rally, what a lot of people called the Trump bump, the way that energy and defense and aerospace and things like that did. And this is part of the reason. There's some uncertainty that's been embedded there. So we're watching that sector closely, but for a different reason than you might think. Not to see, oh no, is it really going to get bad, and do we need to be exiting because of some of the things Trump may say or tweet, or what policy surprises are out there. But we want to see if it can get cheap enough that we actually want to come in and be a heavier buyer. And that's sort of the way we think all these things are going to go. The market's going to be zigging and zagging in the wrong way because of people's emotional responses to things. We are going to stay value investors in 2017, I can promise you that. So this white paper that we've written outlays our case for emerging markets as another example of a contrarian place we want to be. The interest rate issue, you know, the 10-year hit about 2.6% a couple weeks ago, the 10-year Treasury yield. It's down into the 2.3s now, high 2.3s, 2.38, so around there. But my point being that bond investors may have taken the worst of their medicine already after the election for a little while. And then, of course, we have to kind of wait and see. And that's our biggest view of 2017 is the tension between monetary policy and fiscal policy, between Janet Yellen and Donald Trump. We think that the short-term volatility will come from execution of where they want to take fiscal policy, legislative hurdles, battles with Congress, disagreements, those things. But then the ultimate direction will be bullish in the way we want to play it, but has to be interpreted against global conditions and monetary policy. So in keeping this video short, I can't really expand a lot more than that. We'll talk more about it next week, but we really hope you'll check out this white paper. It's at dividendcafe.com. And to the extent you have any questions, reach out to us anytime. I now am leaving the hotel where I'm filming this to go out to another meeting. So I will say goodbye here. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for listening to dividendcafe.com.